Hey guys, today I'm going to show you our story time area, kind of what we do and what works well for us. I know a lot of people use like those displays you'd use for like the science fair. We used those for a long time, or one of those, and it did not work well for us. So I decided to move everything to the wall like you'd have in a normal classroom. So here is the entire area. It's between a window and our front door, and let's get a closer look. So everything is kind of high in this, and that's because we have a 1-year-old who will pull things off the wall. So the first thing I've got here is our calendar, and it has the month, the year, and of course the days, and we add them as we go. So the next thing that we have is our American flag, and then this is just the months of the year, just a little next to it. We have our job chart, and we use this for our 3 oldest kids. The youngest, like I said, is 1, so this doesn't work for him yet. And they're Velcro, and we pull them off, and when we're going over everything, the calendar and the weather and all of that, I go ahead and I switch them, and everyone knows what they will be helping with for the day, in addition to the things that they do every day, like clean their room and make their bed. That's not on here, but things that are more of household, family jobs, where we all work together. Put different things in here about what we're learning about or what we're interested in, and we've been finding a lot of feathers, and I got this in a book set recently, and so I went ahead and hung that up. I thought that would be a fun addition. And then the next thing we have is our whiteboard. I normally have on here like our address and our phone number, because we're working on memorizing those, and I'll also put, like, if we have a poem or something that we're working on memorizing, I will often write that on here. Thing we have here is we have the temperature and the season, and then we have a weather wheel. And then the next thing we have is this pocket folder. What I've put in here are different things we go over every day. So we have got these little emotion cards, and I'll try and link this stuff in the description below. And we go over an emotion every day or every couple of days, depending on what works. Sometimes it's 1 a day, sometimes it's just a couple a week. And we re-go over them once we've gotten through all the cards. And then the next one we've got is the community helper, and this is just like a flashcard set, and then it shows tools they use. So we switch that about once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on what else we're doing and what works. Then we have this little character trait card. So it's whatever character trait we're working on, and we keep this out for a month. And we kind of read stories about this and talk about this quite a bit. Then we have a landmark, and we've been working on landmarks just because I thought that would be fun. And the next one, we have this little doll. I should have grabbed some of his clothes, but they're in our basket. And we go ahead and dress him according to the weather so the kids know what to wear. And then we have a clock, time it is. So if we start story time at, 8:15 or whatever, then my oldest that is working on time can make the clock for us. In this other pocket, I have got our markers so that, again, the younger kids cannot get to them as easily. And then normally I have my additional things, like I sometimes put the warm and cold here, or the seasons, or the numbers for the next week. And then we have stickers. The next thing I'm going to show you, don't mind the magnets, the kids were playing with those, is these are our binders that we use with them. So there are things I have the kids do while we're going through like our board and our calendar and all of that. So the first thing that they do is they draw how they're feeling for the day. And this looks different for each of my kids based off of age. And then we have the Pledge of Allegiance. And then this is part of the curriculum. We're going to be using this next year. But I have them work on filling in the month as we go also. And then we also have this. I think I just got this from JDA. I can't remember, but if I can find it, I'll link it for you. Going over different coins and such. And let's see. So this would be my one for my oldest. And again, she does the emotions, and she normally picks something that's not over here because she is able to comprehend way more emotions. And then again, the Pledge of Allegiance and the Captain's Log, like I said. And then I have her write the date and then fill it in. And then again, the days of the month. And then there's tally marks for the days. We normally only do this like once a week. and then time of the week. And then I have some additional information in here so if she needs and know where to find it. But we don't go over this with morning time. And then her coins, and then some blends just for her reference. And my son's also very similar, and he'll be in kindergarten. So my youngest will be preschool, and my oldest will be 2nd grade. And he's got, this one is the boy version. So his is really similar, but he doesn't have any extras yet. And some of this, like the clock, he's not doing yet. Okay. Okay, I have 2 more buckets that I'm going to show you that we use almost every single day with our story time area. So the first one I'm going to show you, this is what I would call my morning time basket. It's actually a crate because it's more sturdy, honestly, than a basket. And I pick it up and I put it on my counter every day. So I move it a lot. So I need something that is sturdy. So we keep our different books that we're going through. We don't have a ton in here right now because it is summer. But I will show you the books we do have in here right now and the other items in case that's something you're interested in. So we have these folk tales this is a book we got from the library, and we've been reading those. And then I've got some additional stuff back here that we're just not quite ready for, that I'm just storing there. We have got the Big Book of Nature and Science from the Bernstein Bears, and then What Your First Grader Needs to Know, Yoga, Animals, and I Breathe. These are different ones that are kind of movement and kind of like to help them calm down. And we will sometimes just pick 1 or 2 of the poses out of there, or several, and go ahead and use those if we need like a minute to like shake things off or whatever. So that's what we do. Sometimes we play a song like from YouTube or whatever, like Shake Your Sillies Out, and those types of things. It just depends on the day. But we do incorporate all of those things into our morning time. Stories from around the world, My Magical Choices, my very first Our World book, and then there's books like this that are kind of just like you read it all in one sitting, and I might read it more than once in a week, or I might just put like if I'm going to read one like this every day, I'll put all 5 in the week and pull them out, and then at the end of the week I'll take them out. And then we've got, this is Mrs. Wordsmith, and if you haven't seen these are great. I actually have 2 different ones, and then the Illustrated Dictionary, which my daughter will just read for fun, and we'll go over a vocabulary word, normally 1 every 1 or 2 days. I love this. This is great if you're trying to teach vocabulary to young kids. Then I showed you these on the other side, but just the extra ones of like the flashcards that I put in that pocket folder, and then these have like my extra months. I Heard Your Feelings, so once or twice a week we'll go over one of these, or one of these that's What Do I Do? They're just little prompts or conversation cards to kind of talk about things, like for example, identifying how people are feeling and maybe what's the right thing to do in certain situations. And then we have the community helpers and the landmarks that you saw over in the pocket folder. The other thing I have in here, well, my older kids are working on some of the calendar things that are a little harder, like writing out the date. I'll take a minute while they're doing that with my 3-year-old and go ahead and go over colors or shapes, numbers, the alphabet. So I keep these in here so I can go ahead and do that with her while the other kids are busy with what they are doing. And then the other thing I have is kind of something to keep their hands busy while I'm reading if necessary. So we have a lot of sticker books in here. We just got a bunch of new ones from Usborne. I'm not a consultant, but we got several different ones of those. And then I picked up from Walmart some of these silly sticker faces. Kids love stickers, and that seems to be one of the best things. Sometimes my kids will like build with Legos or whatever they want to do. There's this sticker puzzle. This was from the dollar store. More funny faces. These ones were from the dollar store, and you can also color them all. But yes, coloring books, more sticker books, and then this is where their binders stay. So they come and pull out whatever it is that they're gonna play with, their binder, and then they get their pencil box, which is not kept in this area. So the other thing that they sometimes do to keep their hands busy is they go ahead and they pull a bucket of toys from their room, the way it works is their toys are kind of organized in a bucket, so it's really easy for them to just pick up the bucket of baby dolls and play quietly with those while we're doing story time, or a little bucket of Legos, or the magnets that you can see my kids have out here, over here, or whatever it is. And the last thing that we use quite frequently, I didn't pull it over, let's see. These like play scarves, these are super inexpensive. And then just some instruments. Some of them are homemade, like these shakers. Somewhere we have a flute, but the kids ran off with it. And we use these when we do things like play music, to shake and dance and get that energy out. So, all right, so that is everything in our story time area and everything we use with our story time area. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe. You're probably new here since the channel is fresh and this is my first official video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.